Suprabhatam. Welcome to all of you in our quantum mechanics class. Today we are going to discuss about coordinate and momentum space wave function with the help of Fourier transformation. So, previously we have been discussed, or in our previous classes we have been discussed that a quantum mechanical particle, any quantum mechanical particle which have its both wave characteristics and particle characteristics. So in general a particle is represented like a wave packet, is represented by a wave packet. So this wave packet is nothing but superposition of large number of waves having different or slightly different wavelength or frequency. So this is the representation of a quantum particle. This is the pictorial representation, and its wave function, whatever we found by calculating superposition of numbers of waves, we found that psi xt is equal to 1 by 2 pi h cross root over minus infinitive to plus infinitive phi px into e to the power I by h cross x px minus et into d px. So many terms are there in this one equation. Many terms are there. So left hand side is represents the psi x, this one, and here psi is the function of x and t, position and time. Here x means representing one dimension, that means this particle moving along, suppose this is our x axis and this is our y axis. This particle, quantum particle, which have both particle nature and wave nature, this particle moving along x axis, and this particle represented mathematically in this way, moving along x axis only, and it is represented by this one. Here 1 by 2 pi h cross, one constant value. Here phi px is another function, which is the function of momentum. Okay, this is the px. Px means momentum along x axis, right? Into e to the power I by h cross into x px minus, here E means total energy, time into dpx. This term we have been found by considering when the numbers of waves having slightly different frequency or wavelength is going to be superimposed with each other. We got these things. Okay, so these are the numbers of waves. These waves have slightly different their wavelength, and if we are going to be superimpose all the waves, then we can found a wave packet, or which is the representation of a particle or quantum particle. In detail we have been discussed in our last classes. Here and we got mathematical expression of a particle, quantum particle, which is moving along x axis direction, that is psi xt is this much, okay, is this much, right? Now here one thing we can imagine, that when a particle is moving in a space, or suppose it is moving along x axis, at a particular position, suppose we are going to consider at x1, it has the position of this particle at x1, means it has also a momentum at this corresponding position, let it will be px1. That we want to imagine if a quantum particle, suppose this one, is moving along x-axis, so at each and every time it has a position and it has a corresponding momentum at that point, right? So we can say the particle have two type of coordinate system, or a particle is moving like this, means two coordinate system is associated with this particle. One is coordinate space, wave coordinate space, and another is momentum space. Or we can say that at each and every time t, the particle has particular position, and at particular position particular momentum. So now if we are going to think about a 3D particle, that means suppose we have to consider a cube or free space that is not bounded in the cube. Suppose a particle is moving in 3D, so there is no bondage, it is free. Or this is one example I am giving, that a particle is moving in this box, or it is moving in 3D. This is the representation of the particle along x-axis motion, that is so called 1D. Now if we have to consider the 3D, then the wave function will be how much? Psi rt will be equal to 1 by 2 pi h cross root over minus infinity to plus infinity phi p. Here p is represent both all along all the axes x, y and z, into e to the power I by h cross. Here we have to write r dot p. I'm just erasing this one. Here I am drawing the cube. Okay, this is moving, this is the 3D motion. So et into dp. So what is the difference between this and this? The first one is represents the dynamics or the motion of the particle along x-axis, which is one dimension. If the particle is moving along 3 dimension, then it will be not px. Here it will not px. It will be dpx, dpy and dpz, or we can say dqp. Hence it will be dqp. Here this term will be also q, that is q, and not a root over will be as usual, will be there to the power 3 by 2. So this q represents, this one represents the motion or dynamics of the particle along x-axis direction, dynamics along 3D, along 3 dimension. So here one thing we have to consider, that in both the cases psi is the function of x and t. Here psi is the function of rt. That means the wave function which represents this one or this one indicates its position or its coordinate. So here it is one dimensional position or coordinate, here 3 dimensional position and coordinate, that is r represents. Okay, so both wave function represents the particle's wave function in coordinate space, So these two wave function represents the dynamics of the particle in coordinate space. But if the particle moving along x-axis or the particle moving along 3D, at a particular time it has both position and corresponding momentum. That means we can say a particle is moving means it is associated with a coordinate space and momentum space. So here this is the 1D equation of the particle moving along x-axis considering the coordinate space. This is the 3D motion considering the coordinate space. Now we have to extract the wave function of the particle which is moving along x-axis direction, but in the momentum space, the representation of the wave function in momentum space. How it is? For that we have to use Fourier transformation or Fourier transform on this one, or we can, or so called inverse Fourier transform on this one. What we are going to get? So if we have to apply the inverse Fourier transform on this and this, so this is nothing but is our this one wave function of the particle in the coordinate space moving along x-axis direction or 1D. This is the wave function of the particle in coordinate space moving along 3D like this. Okay. Whenever a particle, maybe we can consider 1D or 2D, the particle associated with position and momentum at a particular time. So if this is the representation of the position of the particle at a particular time, or the wave function which is the function of x and t, that means this is represents the position of the particle at a particular time, then also at that position and at that time it has a definite momentum. So if it is so, also we can consider a momentum space. So in momentum space, the wave function of the particle will be found out if we have to do the inverse Fourier transformation of this one. Then we can found one-dimensional wave function in the momentum space. This is, we are going to get three-dimensional wave function in momentum space. So if we are going to do the inverse Fourier transform of this one, then it will be phi, this will become over here. The Fourier transform, inverse Fourier transform, in detail we have been discussed in our 4th semester. So if you have been forgot somewhat, you go with your note and try to clear over that. And also I have been discussed at the starting of our quantum mechanics about Fourier transform and inverse Fourier transform. So here I am writing directly. Okay, so phi belongs function of xt. This will become over here and it will be 1 by 2 pi h cross root over minus infinity to infinity. The psi will come over here, psi x into e to the power I by h cross x px minus et into dx. So sorry, here minus. So here the inverse Fourier transform of this one, we found this one. Okay, likewise if we are going to do the inverse Fourier transform of this one, then what we are going to get? We are going to get psi, it can be visible, okay, phi pt will be equal to 1 by 2 pi h cross to the power 3 by 2 minus infinitive to infinitive, psi will come over here, psi r, okay, into e to the power minus I by h cross r dot p dot et into dqx. Okay, so here dqp and dqx is nothing but the volume elements. Okay, this is the volume elements and this is the volume element. Okay, so after doing the inverse Fourier transform of this one, we found this one. After doing the inverse Fourier transform of this one, we got this one. Here what we found? We found that phi, this function is the function of, phi is the function which is the function of px, momentum and time. Here also in 3D, momentum and time. Okay, and we got this one. So this is nothing but called as the so-called momentum space wave function. Momentum space wave function. This will be so-called momentum space wave function in 1D, and this will be called as the momentum space wave function. In short, I written here in 3D. So by using Fourier transform, we found momentum space wave function of a particle in one dimension will be this one and this one. One thing I want to be share with you that some books, they have been written that instead of here phi function of p x, they have been written that phi function of px and t. So any way you can write, no problem. Here phi is the function of pxt, you can write, and here you can write also psi is the function of xt, because both phi and psi are the function of position and phi is the function of momentum and time, psi is the function of position and time. So here some books have written in this form and some books have written in this form, this into this term, this into this term. So any way you can write, there is no issue. And here also some books have written that phi p function of t and this term, and psi function of r and t. So in our next video we are going to use like this. Whenever we are going to do the expectation value and corresponding operators in Fourier, in momentum space and coordinate space, we are going to be used like this, phi pxt. Okay, so whatever I have been discussed here, this is the one page I have written somewhat, you can write it in this is the page. Okay, now we can represent the particle present in coordinate space. This is the 3D form. Okay, coordinate space and momentum space. So here the particle is there. This is the volume element, that is dqr. We found that in our this is dqr, not dqx, mistakenly I written dqr. You can found this note, this is written dqr. Okay, so you can follow this one, and the corresponding in the corresponding momentum space. So this will be origin, this is the positive momentum direction, x-axis, along x-axis, along y-axis momentum, along z-axis momentum. So this is your momentum space, this is coordinate space. So here the particle has been represented in coordinate space and momentum space. From the origin it will be r, from the origin we can say it is p, and this is the volume element dqp, and this is dqr. Okay, the corresponding, this is the note that you can write. So we found by doing Fourier transform, the momentum wave function in 1D is this one, momentum wave function in 3D is this one. Okay. So we found the phi pxt is nothing but our wave function in momentum space of the particle. This is the representation of 1D representation. Suppose it is a normalized wave function. So our probability density can be represented by phi star pxt into phi pxt, or the so called phi pxt mod square probability density. Then total probability density will be total probability density will be equal to summation over integration over minus infinity to infinity phi pxt square. This will be dpx. Okay, dpx will be equal to 1, because we know that for a normalized wave function the total probability density will be equal to 1. Okay. Now if we are going to find out the SI unit of the wave function or the momentum space wave function, how much it will be? See, this will be a constant, this is a density, this will be a constant. So you can take it outside. Suppose this is a constant, you can take it outside. That will be pxt square. Okay. Then integration over dpx will be equal to 1. So if we have some limit after integration, after integration of this term, whatever we are going to found, this term will be the dimension of the momentum. So psi phi pxt mod square will be equal to 1 by the dimension of the momentum. I have tried just simple momentum. Okay, momentum 1D momentum, one dimensional momentum, dimension of momentum. So hence phi pxt unit will be 1 by 1D momentum to the power 1 by 2. So what will be the answer? The unit of phi pxt will be 1 by momentum means m into v to the power 1 by 2, right? Or with mass into velocity, or it will be 1 by kg into velocity will be meter per second to the power 1 by 2, or it will be kg to the power 1 by 2 into meter to the power minus 1 by 2 second to the power 1 by 2. So this is the unit of momentum space wave function in 1D. Okay. Likewise we can found the 3D, and also we can write the same thing in 3D. Then it will be represented by phi pt in 3D. This will be in 3D. This will be in 3D. Okay. Psi, or the so called probability density, probability density in 3D format will be psi, here psi is the function of RT. Okay, psi is the function of RT. At that time, in case of 1D, I forgot to write psi is the function of xt. We can write for 1 dimension. For 3 dimension, psi is the function of RT. It will be psi star pt, or this will be like this. And total probability density it will be minus infinity to infinity phi pt square. This will be dqp will be equal to 1. And likewise, if we are going to consider the unit and dimension, then it will be the so called 3-dimensional momentum, or it will be 3-dimensional momentum, that will be equal to or this is dqp is there. Okay, dqp means it is 3-dimensional momentum, means after integration it will be the function of momentum, but 3-dimensional momentum to the power cube, because here it is dqp. Okay, so here it is dqp, okay, so here it will be 1 by 3-dimensional momentum, whatever after the integration it will be the form of cube. Okay, so it will be the 1 by momentum cube, and we can write over like this: cube here it will be to the power root over, to the power root over means to the power 3 by 2. So here it will be 3 by 2. See, 5 pxt square will be 1 by 3d momentum cube, 5 pxt will be 3d momentum, to the power root over means to the power 3 by 2. It will be 3 by 2, it will be 3 by 2, and this will be kg to the power 3 by 2, meter to the power minus 3 by 2, and second to the power 3 by 2. So this is somewhat we have been discussed about coordinate and momentum space wave function. So you can go through this video and the corresponding note whatever I have discussed about unit. This is the page, you can go through this page and watch this video. If you have any suggestions or you have any doubt, you can call this video. Jai Hind.